We all have had fears of someone breaking into our homes and stealing something or threatening our families. I mean, that is the reason home security systems are so expensive and advanced these days. Not always do they work though, and sometimes even if you live in a great neighborhood, anyone's home can be broken into. This list is going to be 12 home invasion movies that bring this fear to light and show how scary it can actually be. There will be no spoilers throughout this video, so you do not have to worry about the endings being ruined for you. With that being said, here we go. Number 12. The Strangers. 2008. Since its release in 2008, The Strangers has had one successful sequel and has another trilogy currently in the making, so to say it's been well received would be an understatement. In the middle of the night, a young deteriorating couple, James Hoyt and Kristen McKay, arrive at their secluded summer home in the boonies after attending a friend's wedding reception. Suddenly, a loud and forceful knock at the front door breaks the silence, abruptly disrupting the already tense atmosphere in the house, as a creepy young female figure standing on the ill-lit doorstep is persistently asking for someone they don't know. Before long, the isolated vacation house is under siege, and a pitiless trio of masked assailants invade the seemingly safe home. Are the three strangers intent on murdering the couple, or are they just playing a little prank as teenagers typically do? Number 11. The Purge. 2013. Another movie that has since earned itself a cult-like following and a dedicated fan base since its release in 2013, The Purge is the first movie of a franchise that has spawned 4 sequels and a TV series on Hulu. In the Purge universe, an American government decision has been made, which says that all kinds of crimes including murders are legal for a period of 12 hours yearly on one eventful night. The aim of it is to let people get rid of their hatred by legalizing crimes, and then to decrease the rate of crime in the rest of the year, and to maintain a high economic level in the US by taking out poor people's lives and to give the priority for the high-class people to live. Not every citizen chooses to take part in the event, and they lock themselves in their house to keep others out. In this movie, a family accidentally lets a group of purge killers in their home and has a fight for their lives ahead of them. Can the family escape together and alive? Number 10. The Collector. 2009. When the Chase family moves to an isolated house in the middle of nowhere in Detroit, our anti-hero main character, Arkin, is hired to fix the windows and the doors on the new house. Later after work, Arkin discovers that his wife that has a debt with dangerous loan sharks and needs money, but his weekly payment is not enough to pay all of her debts off. Arkin plots to heist the safe of Michael Chase, the owner of the home, during the night to raise the necessary money to pay off the debts. However, when he arrives in the house, he finds that a sadistic criminal wearing a creepy leather mask has already beat him there and imprisoned the family, and planted traps everywhere. Arkin seeks a way out of the deadly house to save his life, but will he try to save any of the family members as well? Even if it means he is busted for trying to steal from them? Would they care as long as Arkin saved their lives? Number 9. Knock Knock. 2015. With his wife and 2 children away for the weekend on Father's Day, happily married suburban dad and successful architect, Evan Weber hears a knock at the door in the dead of night during a violent storm. At the door are 2 stranded and soaking wet friends, Genesis and Belle, asking for help and a place to stay while waiting for a taxi. However, pretty soon, things will take a dark turn for the unexpected when the pair of tempting, cunning women seduces Evan into bed with them. Now the stage seems to be set for a dangerous game of cat and mouse as the girls have their way with the unwitting Good Samaritan and his pocketbook. Can Evan save his marriage and, above all, his life from these crazy broads? Number 8. Intruders. 2015. Beautiful protagonist Anna suffers from severe agoraphobia and has not left her childhood home in 10 years ever since her father passed away. Anna takes care of her brother Conrad, who is sadly dying from pancreatic cancer, and she receives daily food deliveries from a young man named Dan. Sadly, Dan and a few of his criminal buddies decide to sneak into Anna's house one night when they learn that she has a few $100,000 stashed away in a safe. What they aren't prepared for is how much of a badass Anna is, and she is not going to let them just come up in there and steal her money. Anna uses a secret room in her basement that they will soon find out about. But how does Anna have this certain skill set like she's Liam Neeson from Taken? Better watch the movie to find out. Number 7. Within. 2016. A widower, his daughter and new wife are ready to begin a new life when they move into a peaceful suburban neighborhood to have a fresh start. But as strange things begin to happen around them, it becomes clear that something about their seemingly perfect home isn't right. Things start to go missing, smells linger throughout the house like they do in paranormal movies, and weird sounds are heard all around the house. As they learn the deadly secrets of their new house, they risk becoming the next chapter in its horrifying history. Is the house haunted, or are they just being preyed upon by someone with ill intentions? They'll have to find out what or who is invading their home if they want to live. Number 6. Us. 2019. Not far from the sun-kissed Santa Cruz beach where a traumatic experience inside a mirror house shaped her when she was young, Adelaide, now a mother of 2, reluctantly returns to the same lake house of her childhood to spend the summer vacation with her husband and 2 children. But after all this time, Adelaide still can't shake off the ominous feeling that the terrifying incident will somehow affect her unsuspecting family. And before the end of the day, the seemingly happy family's worst fears will come true. Now, an evil quartet bearing an uncanny resemblance to them has set foot in their driveway. Then, their sharp scissors enter the picture. What do the clones want from them? The second family soon will invade the house and take back what they think is theirs. The clones want to take over the real family's lives, and they aren't going to take no for an answer. Which 4 will win? The family with the scissors or without the scissors? Number 5. When a Stranger Calls. 2006. Jill Johnson is a normal teenager. She has a boyfriend, she's a freshman in high school, a runner, but when she goes over her cell phone bill by 800 minutes, her parents make her pay it off by babysitting. She's driven to the Mandrakis' house, a rich family with 2 kids who are already asleep in their rooms. But when the parents leave, Jill starts getting weird calls. Sometimes the caller doesn't say anything, but when the ominous voice asks, "Have you checked the children?" Jill checks on them and returns only to have the caller phone again, knowing she had gone upstairs. Jill freaks out and phones the police and asks what she should do. They say they will trace the call if she can keep him on the line for more than a minute, but the intruder won't let them do that so easily. But what the police tell her when she succeeds will turn a routine babysitting gig into a 16-year-old's worst nightmare. And now she has to fight for her and the kids' lives as the creepy man has entered the home despite the uber-expensive security system. Can she do it? Number 4. Inside. 2023. With his sights set on robbing the prized possession of a famed art collector, experienced art thief Nemo breaks into a high-technology advanced New York City penthouse. At first, everything seems to go as planned. However, there is no such thing as a foolproof plan when breaking into rich people's homes. And when the distressing beeping of the security alarm system crushes the intruder's dreams of early retirement, Nemo finds himself trapped in an impenetrable prison of concrete and glass filled with a ridiculously expensive collection of multi-million-dollar works of art. Now, Nemo is on his own with no end in sight. As the days turn into weeks and hunger, thirst, and fatigue set in, the doomed invader must keep a clear head to keep the life-threatening situation under control and beat the odds. But the question remains, how can Nemo escape from the inside and not go to prison? Number 3. You're next. 2011. In an attempt to mend their broken family ties, Aubrey and Paul Davison decide to celebrate their wedding anniversary by inviting all of their family members to their weekend estate. Everything seems to be going great until they sit down for dinner, and like most siblings, a few of the brothers begin to make snotty remarks at one another just because it is what brothers do. They get up and start arguing with one another, and then out of nowhere, an arrow flies into the house, killing one of the wives of the brothers. The family soon finds out that they are being hunted by intruders wearing animal masks, and they aren't going to stop until everyone inside is dead. What they didn't plan for is that one of the girlfriends, Erin, is a complete force to be reckoned with, and they are going to have their hands full if they decide to go through with their intrusion. Later throughout the movie, we find out the true intentions the animal mask assailants are really there for. Number 2. Don't Breathe. 2016. In Detroit, the burglars Money, Rocky and Alex plot a heist in the isolated house of a blind ex-veteran, who received a large settlement when his beloved daughter died in a car accident a few years ago. They have the intention to move to California with the stolen money and have a fresh start. They give a spike steak to the dog and break in the house pretty easily. Money gasses the bedroom of the blind man to make him sleep, and they seek where the money is hidden throughout the house. Out of the blue, the blind man comes to the living room where the trio is and asks how many of them there are and what are they doing inside his house. Money thinks the guy is blind and won't be very skillful, but he soon finds out this man is a certified boss and was in the army for a reason. What they also didn't plan for was what they will find in the basement of the blind man's house, and they soon realize there is much more going on than meets the eye in this house. Will they escape alive, or will the blind men wipe them all out? Number 1. ICU. 2019. When a 10-year-old boy goes missing, lead investigator Greg Harper struggles to balance the pressure of the investigation and troubles with his wife, Jackie. Facing a recent affair, great strain is put on the family that slowly gnaws away at Jackie's grip on reality, and their son, Connor, can't seem to forgive his mother for what she did to their family. But after a malicious presence manifests itself in their home and puts Connor in mortal danger, the cold, hard truth about evil in the Harper household is finally uncovered. Pictures start to go missing throughout the house, silverware magically disappears from the kitchen and ends up in the washing machine, and someone or something keeps playing pranks on the family at night. But when they find out the mysterious presence throughout the house, that's not even the most concerning thing with the family, and there are deep, dark secrets hidden way down within them. Will those secrets be revealed by the mysterious presence in the house? That is my list of 12 home invasion movies that I recommend to others to watch. Are there any other invasion movies that should be on the list? I would love to watch them. Thanks for watching.